Hello everyone, welcome back. Savert is here, coming back with part 3 of What If Deku Had Bloodcurdle. Now, where we last left off, Izuku was in the entrance exam, and after he failed the entrance exam, he find himself in the, in what were her name, recovery girl office as All Might starts scolding him for what he done, telling him that he can't become a hero and everything. Izuku getting angry and starts shouting at All Might back. In the end, Izuku finally meets Stain and Stain telling him about he want him to join him and everything. Izuku go back into his home and in the night get out of the house to smell some fresh air, as he find three goons trying to steal a girl, as after he helped her using his quirk, which is bloodcurdle, paralyzing them, and the girl telling him that she is Himiko Toga, and Izuku you know told her that she can't just kill them. Toga telling him if he doesn't want her to kill them, how about he give her some of his blood, as Izuku in the end just give her a little bit. Toga leave and Izuku leave the place after calling the police. And in the next day he go into the forest to tell Stain about his answer, as he told him that he will gonna join him. Stain taking Izuku into his hideout and said, "Well, we will gonna start your training now." As we continue. Izuku said, "Well, what kind of training it will be?" As Stain said, "First of all, you need to choose a weapon. As make sure to not get so, take more than you can handle. You can choose any weapon as long as you will not gonna get slower." As Izuku said, "Alright." And after that, Izuku, looking through Stain weapons, as he see like a metal, a metal stick or pipe or something like that. As he said, "What is this?" As Stain said, "Well, it's a metal pipe, or you can, metal stick. Let's just call it a metal pipe." As Stain said, "Well, it's maybe looking like a normal metal pipe, but it's have more than the eyes could see." As Stain taking the pipe out of Izuku's hand and open it up, revealing that this pipe can turn into sword. As Izuku said, "Whoa, well, I think I found my weapon." As Stain said, "Well then, let's go." And after that, Izuku go with Stain outside, as Izuku said, "Well, what's gonna be our training?" But before he could see anything else, Stain starts going at him, throwing a knife. Izuku dodging this and said, "Whoa, you can't just..." But Stain interrupting him and said, "Villains, heroes won't gonna wait for you to attack them, so you should strike first." As he going at Izuku starts throwing some slashes. Izuku trying to handle himself, but Stain is just so fast for him, as he's getting a little bit slashes on his hands and everything. Izuku start using the metal pipe trying to block the attacks of Stain. As after that he fall on the ground. Stain said, "Come on, stand up." As Izuku, closes his fist and got some dust from the ground and throw it at Stain eyes, which giving him an opportunity to hit Stain in his stomach with the metal pipe. As after that happened, Stain jumped back a little bit and said, "What a cheap trick from you, Izuku, but that was a smart idea from you." As Izuku said, "Can you please?" As Stain didn't listen to him and go at Izuku, start jumping left to right, throwing slashes at Izuku from everywhere. Izuku can't handle himself. Stain is just so fast for him. And after that he fall on the ground, as he start breathing heavy, saying, "No, I need to continue." As Stain put his leg on Izuku's head from behind and said, "You are too weak, too slow, can't handle yourself in a fight with someone with like a katana. You need to be more you need to be more smarter, Izuku. You are smart, so Don't only count on your muscles. As Stain take his leg out, off of Izuku and give him his hand, helping Izuku stand up. As he said, "We will gonna work more on your left reflexes and everything, but first of all, let's build some muscles." As Izuku said, "Shit, you really are strong. What's your but are you really doesn't have another quirk?" As Stain said, "Just like I told you, my quirk is the same as yours. The all what you see right now is only because of my training." As Izuku said, "Damn, you really gone too far, huh?" As Stain said, "Yes, and I will make sure that you're gonna become even stronger than me. So, come on." As Stain take Izuku into another place, to help him start making Izuku start swimming the river, against the flow to build some muscles, making him lift heavy rocks or even punch trees. Sometime going at him, start slashing him and everything. And while that happening, Stain is just reminding him of how heroes are just corrupted and how they all fakes and how they should perish from this world. As Izuku in the next week, he was training with Stain, and his mother has noticed a weird thing of him. He's starting, to change a little bit, start, wearing like black and red, sometimes, start licking his fingers more than normal, and sometimes just she hear him in his room say training and things like that, and how he was start talking about how the heroes are corrupted and everything. As on the breakfast one day, and on the breakfast, Izuku sitting on the table with his mom with a t-shirt with the short sleeves, which is making Inko seeing all Izuku's scars. As Inko said, Izuku," as Izuku said, yes mom, what is it?" As Inko said, "What's happening to you, Izuku? Why are you have all these scars?" As Izuku said, "Yeah, I'm just training too hard on myself." As Inko said, "These are scars from knives, Izuku. What's happening with you? I'm really worried about you." As Izuku said, "You don't have to be worried, mom. I'm okay. Well, I will just gonna go to train." As Inko said, "Izuku, please, tell me what's happening with you." As Izuku looking down and said, "Alright, mom, I'm gonna tell you. You see, I'm trying to train to get ready into another hero school." As Inko said, "But didn't you already said that you doesn't want to be a hero anymore?" As Izuku said, "Yeah, but when I, saw how heroes start to get corrupted and how they all fake, I decided to try to become a hero to to change this society into better, to make more true heroes, to help people see how they are doing the wrong thing. That's why I'm training in the forest alone, trying to be much more stronger than before." As Inko said, "Well, Izuku, please just don't go too hard on yourself. I'm happy that you still want to go after your dreams, but just please don't hurt yourself." As Izuku said, "I won't do, mom. So, alright, I'm gonna leave." And after that, Inko said, "Didn't you forget something?" As Izuku said, "What is it?" As Inko kissing Izuku on his cheek, as Izuku said, "Mom, um, you were doing this when I was a kid and 4 years old. I'm a, I'm right now. I'm a, an adult." As Inko said, "You still my baby boy. Even no matter how long you will gonna get, you still my little angel." As Izuku, said, "Thank you, mom. Well, I'm gonna leave." And after that, Izuku left the place. He wearing a black hoodie jacket with black pants, you know, full black, and black t-shirt with the short sleeves. As he walking down the street saying, "Damn it, it doesn't feel it doesn't feel good to lie on her, but I can't just tell her about Stain." As Izuku's still keeping his green hair. His eyes are red because of his quirk, changing his color eye into bloody red for no reason, just because I want his eyes to be red. That's all. As he continued walking until he met with a Stain in the forest, as Stain said, "Well, Izuku, welcome." As Izuku said, "I saw what you did on the news last night." As Stain said, "Well, did you like my work? It's all thanks to your information about that hero. It's the thing that helped me. The things that helped me was because of your notes, and I'm really thankful for them. You are making my job a lot easier, Izuku." As Izuku said, "Well, alright. What are we gonna do now?" As Stain said, "Well, of course we will gonna train, but I prepared something special for you." As Izuku said, "What is it?" As Stain telling him, "Well, let's train, and in the night I will show you what I prepared for you in the night." As after Izuku trained with Stain for much more longer time, Stain just going harder on him every day and every now and then, going much more harder than before. As Izuku sitting down in the hideout with Stain, as Stain said, "Well, Izuku, I have a little gift for you." As Izuku said, "What is it?" As Stain taken a little box and opened up, revealing, an outfit for Izuku. As Izuku said, "Whoa, when did you get this?" As Stain said, "I made it myself from some old clothes that I have here. It's not the most, flashy or the most best thing that I could do, because I'm a hero killer, not someone that make clothes, but I tried my hardest." As Izuku said, "Thank you, Stain. I will gonna try it on." As Izuku get out to, go into another room, as he changed his clothes and come into Stain looking like this, looking like right now on the photos, with his staff and his grappling hook, and also wearing his mask and everything. As Stain said, "Well, it suited you very well, Izuku." As Izuku said, "Thank you, Stain, this is really good. You done a very great job with this." As Stain said, "No problem. Now let's get out." And do you told your mom that you were gonna get late tonight?" As Izuku said, "Yeah, I already told her about that. But she started, noticing that I am going in the forest too much, too much in the day, every day. And she started even noticing my scars, so I don't know if I can keep this any longer." As Stain said, "Well, if you want, we can make our little training time get from like every day into like 3 days in the week, or maybe one day." As Izuku said, "I will think about it, but what are we gonna do tonight?" As Stain said, "Well, we will gonna go, of course, after a fake heroes." As Izuku said, "You mean you want me to?" As Stain said, "Yes, Izuku. I want you to start to show yourself. I want you to start showing people that you are existed, that there is another hero killer in the town." As Izuku said, "But I really doesn't want to kill anyone." As Stain said, "Are you still about this no killing thing, Izuku? You know exactly what fake heroes are doing right now. You know exactly that they are just scumbags, and should be erased. They should be annihilated from this world, Izuku. So you should leave this stupid thought of sparing their lives, Izuku. Understand?" As Izuku said, "Alright, Stain. I'm gonna try." As Stain said, "Don't try. I know that you will be able to do it, Izuku. All what you have to do is just take a deep breath." As he put his hand on Izuku's right shoulder and said, take a deep breath and calm down, and you'll soon enough know the real deal of these fake heroes. Now, let's go. As Izuku go with Stain, Izuku right now is not as fast as Stain, He can jump on the roofs, on such a big on the roofs just like Stain do, and that's why he have a grappling hook. As Stain jumping with Izuku on the roofs, as Izuku said, "What kind of hero are we gonna go after tonight, Stain?" "We will gonna go after the demon robot hero, Genos. You know him, that guy. The hero Genos that looking right now on the screen." As Stain continues saying, "He was known for not caring about the lives that he saved. He only cared about defeating the villain without without any other, cares in his mind. He only care if he will gonna defeat the villain or not, making him, destroy a lots of buildings and a lots of properties of people that can handle losing those properties, and even end up killing some of the civilians. Someone like him should perish." As Izuku said, "Oh, alright. Where should we find him?" As Stain said, "Well, I was expecting that he will be here tonight. Let's just search for him." As after a couple of minutes of Izuku just, jumping on the roofs with a Stain, they see in an alleyway a thug starts running away. As he said, "Please, someone help me! Someone call the heroes!" As from behind he hears a sound saying, "Idiot, I am the hero here, and you should be captured right now." As Genos raising his, right arm in front of him, ready to shoot a beam of laser at the villain. As after that, a knife being thrown at his hand, throwing him away, piercing through his metal, which is, Genos is a half human, half metal, half robot, if you know what he's just a half robot. As he looking up saying, a knife is being thrown at a very high speed. The only person that he use knives and he can throw at this high speed, it's only one person. As he said, the hero killer Stain. "You was considered as a villain for killing a lot of heroes before, saying that they are fake. I will gonna capture you right now." As Stain said, "Let's see what you gonna do, you fake." As Genos, getting ready to throw much more laser out of his hand. As after that, he starts throwing some beams of energy at Stain. Stain just jumping on the walls and go to slash, Genos' chest, but Genos using his, robotic parts in his leg, using his flames or energy under his feet to jump back. And after that, he gets ready to shoot another beam of, laser at Stain, but before that happened, a lots of smoke engulfed the place, which is being a red and a black smoke. As Genos said, "This smoke is... I can't calculate very clearly with this smoke all around. Who is here?" As he hears a sound from behind saying, "Behind of you." As Genos turn around, as he see Izuku jumping down with the grappling hook, going to throw a kick at, Genos' face. Genos immediately put his hand in front of his face, but Izuku managed to kick his arms, which giving the opportunity for Stain to stab him from behind. As he managed to stab him in his, left shoulder. As he look at his blade, he doesn't see blood, he only see like fuel or something like that, saying, Izuku said, "How we can paralyze him if he made out of, robotic parts in his body?" As Stain said, "He's half human and half robot, Izuku. We only have to find where his blood is, and then we can paralyze him. As Izuku said, alright. And after that, Genos using, his laser, shoot it on the ground to get, make the red smoke goes away. As he said, you have a sidekick to use, Stain. That make more sense, seeing how you was able to kill all these heroes. You also considered as a villain, so get ready to be captured. As he raises his right arm and get ready to throw such a big beam of laser, as Stain said, "Get out of here, Izuku!" As Izuku jump up using his grappling hook, Stain just jump away. As Genos throwing his blast, making the whole alleyway blow up. As the people start seeing this, Genos said, they must died by now. I need to go to the police officers and tell them that the hero's killer Stain is dead. As from behind here a sound saying, "Who is dead again?" As he turned around, but Stain immediately kicked him in his face. And after that, Izuku using his grappling hook from behind Genos, throwing it directly at Genos' chest, which pierced through his stomach. And after that, he dragged him a little bit closer to him and throw him above his head into the street in front of everyone. As Genos right now on the ground, and he see on his eyes errors, like start glitching. As Genos said, my robotic parts are getting slower and much more weaker. I need to end this right now. As he was ready to throw like a beam of laser at Izuku, but Izuku taken his sword out of his staff and cut off Genos' right arm. As he was about to throw a beam of laser with his left arm, but Stain cut the left. As Genos right now on the ground, and Izuku and Stain above him. Everyone seeing this, seeing how the hero killer is having another hero under his feet, but with someone else, a kid with a black mask and a green hair and red eyes. As Stain said, "Now you will gonna die, you fake, but not on my hands." As Stain looking at Izuku said, "What, you want me to?" As Stain said, "Izuku, this is your first step to finally be able to kill those fakes and you need to start it with this fake here. Come on, Izuku, I know you can do it." As Genos said, you will be captured soon enough, hero killer Stain. Even if it wasn't for me, another hero will gonna capture you in the future. As Izuku, Stain get hold of Izuku's hand and give Izuku his own sword to kill Genos. As he said, "All what you need is just one stab into his chest, or maybe into his head, and kill him, Izuku." As Izuku said, I don't really know what to do here, Stain, but people are right now recording this on their phones, seeing how the hero killer trying to convince a little kid to kill Genos, or at least that's what they think that is happening right now, because Izuku doesn't seem that he want to kill him. As Stain said, "Come on, Izuku, what did the heroes did for you? They only caused you pain. They only caused you suffering, telling you that you can't become a hero just because your quirk is villainous. Is that right? Isn't this the time that you will gonna finally take revenge upon those that hurt you?" As Izuku said, "But he never did anything to me." As Stain said, "But he did a lot of bad things to people like you, Izuku. He killed civilians while he was trying to capture villains. Doesn't care about the lives of the civilians that he will gonna kill, or the people that he will gonna hurt, or the things that he will gonna destroy. Do you think that someone like him deserves to live? If you let him live, Izuku, he will just gonna continue to become the fake hero that he right now is. and he will gonna continue to kill more people. And you, by killing him right now, you will gonna save a lots of people, Izuku. So, you should just one stab into his head, Izuku, is enough to end this. Now take your first step, Izuku, and kill him. Kill this fake. As Izuku, Stain leave Izuku hand, and Izuku right now having the sword in his hand as he raised it up in the air, getting ready to stab, Genos, as he said, "Alright, you fake," as Izuku stabbed Genos directly through his forehead, killing him. And after that, he take the sword out as he said, I, 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 as Stain put his hand on Izuku's left shoulder, saying, "You done very good, Izuku. Now let's leave before more police and heroes come." As Izuku said, "Yes, Stain, we need to leave." And after that, Izuku jumped away with Stain. People having this on their phones, recording this, saying that a kid with a black mask and a, silver and a black hoodie jacket killed the hero Genos with the help of Stain. As after a couple of minutes, we cut into All Might and the other heroes. As after they finally get Genos' dead body, All Might said, "What's happened? What's happened?" As, the chief of police, the one, the dog chief of police, he said, "Well, All Might, looks like the hero killer Stain has strike again." As All Might said, "Damn it. He's killing a lots of heroes lately, and so swiftly. He's more efficient and more better than any time before." As the detective come and said, "Well, All Might, looks like he's not working alone." As All Might said, "What do you mean by this?" As, the guy said, or, the, the detective said, "Well, from what I heard from the people that were watching the fight, the hero killer Stain was having someone by his side." As All Might said, "Does he have a partner?" As, the chief of police said, "Well, some of the people were recording what's happened there, so if you want to watch the video, you can watch it here." As they get a laptop and give it to All Might, as All Might start watching this, seeing how a green-haired kid with red eyes and wearing a silver hoodie jacket, while Stain is talking with him, putting a sword in his hand, telling him how he should kill this fake. He can't hear what Stain is saying, but he just seeing how Stain trying to convince him, as he said, "Wait, this kid have a green hair and red eyes." As, the detective said, "Well, we are right now searching for him and for Stain, but they disappeared. We don't know where they gone by now, but we start searching for a kid, 16 years old kid with a green hair and red eyes. For now, we doesn't have any result," as All Might said. "But do you have any leads on this kid? He seems that he's not... Maybe he killed Genos, but he wasn't seem to, to want to do it in the start." As the chief of police said, "Yeah, we saw how he was, hesitating in the beginning, but in the end he did it. We think that the hero killer Stain is trying, to make this kid like some sort of his successor or something like that, trying to force him to kill people. We will have to see what we can do to this kid after we capture him, of course." As All Might said, "Alright, do you have any more thing that you want to tell me?" And the detective said, "Well, not for now, All Might. You can leave." As All Might said, "Well then, see you soon." As All Might jumped away, thinking in his head, that kid have a green hair and red eyes. He remind me of someone, but I just can't remember it. Maybe I'm just imagining things. As All Might just go back into UA, or go back into UA as Stain with Izuku has finally arrived on the hideout. Izuku taking his hoodie off and his mask off as he said, I did it, as Stain said. Good job, Izuku. You finally did it. You took a life of a fake hero. I'm proud of you. But you need more training to become much more stronger. As Izuku said, yeah, of course, but I just doesn't feel that as right. I just feel bad. As Stain said, you feel bad, Izuku? As Izuku said, yes, somehow. Yes. As Stain said, that's good. As Izuku said, what? As Stain said, you're feeling bad because you took a life of someone. Even if he's a fake hero, but that's mean that you're still a human. That you still feel that it's what you're doing is a bad thing, but at the same time you are doing such a great thing, Izuku. You are taking care of those fakes that corrupt this society. In any normal in any normal situation, I would have said that your decision of killing him was a bad thing. But because of he's a fake hero, he deserved to die, Izuku. But I'm happy that you're still feeling bad even if he's a fake hero. You're still feeling bad that you killed a life, that you took someone's life. And that is a sign that you're still a human, Izuku. Always remember this. You are doing a right thing. Someone need to do this, Izuku, and people like us are the ones that need to do it. So, I wish that you will gonna understand this, what I'm trying to say. As he put his hand on, Izuku left shoulder, as Izuku said, thank you, Stain, I feel a little bit better now. As Stain said, well, you should go back to your home before your mom gets worried about you. As Izuku said, yeah, thank you. Can I take this outfit with me? As Stain said, well, you can take it, but are you sure you need to hide it so you need to make sure that your mom doesn't find it? As Izuku said, yeah, I can hide it. I have a good place to hide it, but well, see you soon, Stain. I will gonna come back tomorrow to train. As Stain said, I will be ready for you, Izuku. As Izuku leaves Stain alone. As right now Stain is quite proud with his student, with what he accomplished tonight. He killed his ever first fake hero in his life. As he decided tomorrow that his training will be much more harder. Izuku come back to his home, Inko, welcoming him, telling him that she were worried about him. Izuku telling her that he got a little bit extra hard on himself in the training. He go into his room and start thinking about what he did. He think that he's actually doing a right thing. He killed someone fake. He killed someone that hurt a lots of people before, so he was able to sleep that night without thinking about anything else. And this is gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what do you think about this part and what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.